Hi guys, how are you all doing? I hope all of you are doing well and are safe with your families at home. Well, this is the biggest new launch of this year. This is the most awaited car for 2020, and this is the car which really turned heads at the Auto Expo. It's the Kia Sonet, and it's a car which will officially compete in the compact SUV space, which means that it takes on the likes of the Hyundai Venue, the Ford EcoSport, the Maruti Suzuki Vitara Brezza, as well as the Tata Nexon and the Mahindra XUV 300. But I reckon that this is the best looking car of the lot, and it really does look very smashing and very muscular on the outside. I think it looks very well balanced, very well proportioned, and definitely the strong looks of this car will give it the edge over its rivals. In fact, from a distance, if you see this car, then you might mistake it for the Seltos. It is as good looking. And let's talk about some elements now on the front end. As you can see, the Tiger Nose grille is the key highlight of this car, just like all other Kias. And of course, you get these square shaped lamps, which is good because it's a nice and boxy design overall. And this boxy design means that on the inside of this car, you'll have lots of space and it'll be a very comfortable car as well. If you look at the bumper, you'll see lots of sculpted elements, a lot of muscular elements. And I think the highlight of this car, of course, is the GT line version, which means it's a top of the line version. The highlight of this car are the alloy wheels as well. They really do look very smashing. But let's now just play some music for you and allow you to be the judge of what this car is on the outside. After that, we'll jump inside and show you the interiors of the all-new Sonet. Let's get started. Well, so if you're planning to buy any spare parts for your car, it might be any body parts or it might be any mechanical parts, then you should check out boodmo.com. That's BOODMO.com. You can also check them out on your iOS as well as Android devices. And the best point about Boodmo is that they have the most extensive catalog available for all spare parts across all cars in India. And you can also use voice-enabled commands on their app. So all you need to do is simply check their app out, switch on the voice recognition tool and say something like, "Find me front fog lamp for Hyundai Verna," and you'll find the overall model year, you'll find the various spare parts, and you'll find the options available as well. And Boodmo promises you the best part prices, it promises you genuine spare parts, and it promises you hassle-free delivery at your doorstep. Well, so as soon as I stepped inside the cabin of the Sonet, I thought to myself that, oh no, every other car manufacturer in this segment is in for a tough time now, because the quality and the ambience inside this car is absolutely spot on. It's a very good car in terms of the quality. Everything that you touch and feel is made from high quality premium materials. All the small buttons here are made from the best materials, and it's the best car now in terms of features as well. You get cool front seats, you get an air purifier inside the car which can also detect viruses. You of course get a sunroof, and the top of the line versions come with the Bose sound stereo. You also get a 10-inch touchscreen system which comes with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is really the norm across this segment. But really, in terms of the design, in terms of the feel good factor, in terms of the quality and the features list, it's the best car in the segment. In terms of overall comfort as well, the seats on the front are very well padded, very well cushioned, and till now the Tata Nexon has been the segment benchmark in terms of seat comfort, but this car truly does take on the Nexon, and I think it can beat it in terms of sheer cushioning as well as overall support. Some other features to talk about: you of course get cruise control, you get automatic headlamps, and this is the GT line version, which means that you get red stitching all across the front seats as well as the gear lever and the steering wheel, which really does add an element of sportiness to the cabin. And the steering wheel also is flat bottom, which also adds to the sporty nature. Overall, I'm very impressed. I'll give the front seats of the Sonet 10 out of 10. The front end of the cabin offers you a very good feel-good factor about itself, and that's something which a lot of buyers will truly appreciate. Now let's jump in the back seat and see how good those really are. Well, so here I'm in the back seat of the Kia Sonet, and as always, I've adjusted the front seat for my height and my driving position. My height for reference is 5'10". So if you are someone who drives around in the back seat and your chauffeur is about 5'10", then you should be quite okay in these seats. Even if your chauffeur is about 5'11" and you yourself are about 6'2", 6'1", you should be quite okay for headroom. Knee room is quite decent and at par with its rivals in this segment. The front seats have been raised up a bit, so you can easily stretch your feet. And the seats in themselves are good in terms of comfort. You get very good support for your under thighs. The knee and hip angle is also at a nice 90 degrees, so you sit nicely on these seats, and it's generally wide at the back, so you can have 3 occupants at the back without too much issues. And the windows also are nice and large, so there's no chance of you feeling claustrophobic. You also get a quarter glass window at the back, which adds to the feeling of airiness inside the cabin. Your own AC vents, charging socket, a USB charging socket, and a small place to keep your cell phone. And even though the middle part of the floorboard has been raised slightly, it's not too much, and whoever's sitting here will have plenty of place to stretch his feet. Overall, a good place to be in the second row of the Sonet. Now let's see how good the boot on this car is. Well, so talking about the boot of the Kia Sonet, it's a nice and square-shaped boot. Now officially, Kia hasn't given out the figures just yet about the boot, but I reckon that this boot should be at par with its rivals, or should be slightly better than its rivals. I reckon that this boot is about 360 or 370 litres in terms of overall capacity, which is quite good. And there's a bit of a loading sill, but you can easily forgive it because the boot is nice and square in its design and shape. And if you have your mother-in-law coming in for those 2 or 3 weeks, then the boot should be more than sufficient to bring your luggage from the airport or from the railway station. Overall, a very impressive boot, and overall a very impressive car as well in terms of looks, the feel, as well as the features. And what do you think? Is it a car which has been worth the wait? I reckon it has been worth the wait. If in the market for a compact SUV, you should definitely take a look at this car at your nearest Kia dealership, and of course take a test drive as well. I reckon that this is one of the better cars out there. We'll of course bring you the full drive review very soon of this car, so if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do so now. And with that, it's bye for now, and thanks for watching.